Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I'm not going to say that it's been a little bit since I used my Nintendo Switch, but it's been a little bit since I used my Nintendo Switch. Getting the Elgato set up. Sips, I gotta tell you, I was just telling my audience.
Yeah?
You know what my tech support issue ended up being this morning?
What?
I plugged my Nintendo Switch into the capture card.
Right?
And then I plugged my capture card into the PS5.
Nice.
It wasn't like direct, I'm gonna run the capture card into the PS5. It was like it had already been plugged into the PS5 and I unplugged the input instead of the output.
Yeah.
And I was like,
mine was
it's broken.
Mine was not completely different to yours. I plugged my Switch into the in of the capture card.
Right, that's the way you do it.
I plugged my monitor to the out of the capture card.
Okay.
And then I started everything up, and the capture card wasn't working. And I thought, it's got to be a cable. It's got to, one of these cables is not working or whatever. Probably tried like 6-7 different HDMI cables. That none of my TVs are hooked up now in my house. Nothing. Just had to update the drivers. Just hadn't updated the drivers in like 3 years.
See, that would probably ruin my day for sure. If I had to do a driver update, that's like new PC type situation for me.
Well, I mean, you just started your day. My day has been ruined for about 12 hours already.
I understand how that goes.
I'm kind of like at the end of my day now. So,
man.
There you go. Are you looking forward to some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate? Hashtag
I could not be more looking forward to some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Are you looking forward to some
Teenage
Mutant
Ninja Turtles
audio
for a second?
Hashtag
I could not be more I'm in a Tay Zonday situation.
Are you looking forward to some
I'm in doubled audio for a second.
Hashtag
I could not be
How do I fix it, man?
Tay Zonday situation. Oh no, we're okay. Sorry. I had like you asked me like 20 times if I was interested in playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate.
And we are live here tonight on Tay Zonday Games, January 30th, 2015. And we're going to try playing a little bit of multiplayer, playing some TF2. What are we doing now? Since we're going to do, actually, I'm just going to go to the server browser here. 30th, 2015. See if I can get in some of my, and we're going to try playing. Hold on, I have not muted my audio. Playing some TF2. A little bit of audio feedback here. Why don't we, hold on, I got to mute that so I don't hear the stream. There we go, that is much better. Server.
Oh, what? Geez, that's not bad. That's that's the last thing you hear before your eyes shut and you fall asleep just a million times. Are you looking forward to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Don't say that, man. You're freaking me out, okay? Do you mind if I do the introduction here?
Yeah, go.
All right. Wake up, honey. TMNT Splintered Fate just came out today on the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch! Exclamation mark. TMNT Splintered Fate or just Splintered Fate in chat. What a disaster. I'm running it back.
Okay.
Take two. Wake up, honey. TMNT Splintered Fate just came out on Nintendo Switch. Exclamation mark. Splintered Fate in chat to get a link where you can check it out for yourself. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action beat-em-up style gameplay, but there is a roguelite veneer over the top of it. Every run's a little bit different. You fight different enemies, you get different power-ups, you get different equipments. As a result, get the opportunity to take down the baddies of Shredder and the Foot Clan in a unique way every single time. It's got co-op, and I was going to say I'm here with Sips, but really Sips is here with me.
Hey, don't forget, it's got couch co-op too, not just the usual online co-op. You can play it. You can play it like local too, right?
There you go.
Do
you think they chose us because we were born in the 1980s?
Probably, yeah. I mean, these are the Turtles I definitely remember from my earliest experiences watching the cartoon every day when I came home from school. It was all the rage in the 80s and probably into the 90s as well. But I played all the earlier games as well, like the original Ninja Turtles by Konami on the NES. Do you remember that one?
You could just walk over it. I remember that.
It was, yeah. It was a really hard game. I remember that game being impossible when I was a kid. But then the arcade ones came out, right? Like Turtles in Time and all those other ones. The side scroller beat 'em ups of the 90s, the late 80s, 90s.
That's where I got into it. I had Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo because I was obsessed with the TV show.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
here we have
Did
we
you-
have our first dilemma, I think, because whoever creates the game gets first choice of their turtle. But if I
Right.
had to guess, I kind of feel like you're like a Michelangelo sort of guy.
I could go Michelangelo. You know, I kind of like a bit of Raphael as well.
Well, no
I like the
problem, man.
Sai. You know,
No,
I like.
I'm a Donatello guy, so we
Okay,
got no quandary then.
I want to say I played a little bit earlier just to get a feel for it. Not normally something I would do with any game, honestly, but this one just looked so nice. I thought I'll just give it a quick whirl. I played as Donatello. He's got huge reach with that staff.
Yeah. What's called a bow staff?
It's a bow
If
staff.
you could use the full name, please.
Sorry, I didn't think to use the full name. His bow staff has a tremendous reach, and I don't even think you need +2 skills in bow staffs to use it. You can just right out of the box, 0 skills in bow staffs, and it'd probably be pretty good.
Or a +4 stam, +4 strength leather belt.
Yeah, +4 stam, and +1.5 nunchuck skills.
All right, I think you may be able to join my game. I'm getting laughed at because like it loaded with my wife's name on the screen. Wait until you see
Yeah.
what Sips loads in as, okay? Before you make fun of me.
Yeah, don't make fun of him just yet. There's me to make fun of as well. Okay, I see you've taken Donatello. That's fine. I feel like Michelangelo is a good fit with Donatello.
He has multi-hit chance. I saw that. I can see he's enjoying a little Super Nintendo over here with a pizza.
I think also personality-wise, you get a bit of from column A and a bit from column B with these guys. You know, like they're different.
I think what's freaking me out is that they got a pizza box here and it's open, but there's no slices missing. Sips Jr.
Yeah. Hey. Okay. Well, I also, if you noticed, the Super Nintendo that you mentioned,
Yeah.
lovely Momo, is over here. That's nice, isn't it? Here's April. There's stuff that you can do here. You can look at your stats. This is the subterranean sewer playset. If you remember, do you remember the? Maybe this was before your time actually, but one of the first toys I remember. My brother was into the toys because he was younger than me, and it was subterranean sewer playset. It was like the jingle, but the name of the toy. It was really good.
Is that the one? It was like the big ball with treads, and then if you open it up, you could stage battles.
No, the big ball with treads was Krang's Dimension X Technodrome.
Cow.
It was the Technodrome, if you recall. The subterranean sewer playset. You had a parking spot for the party wagon, if you remember the Ninja
Right,
Turtles
yeah.
van party wagon. And I don't know if there was like if they had a bed and a sleeping bag for guests like April O'Neil and Casey Jones and all their friends.
I mean, that's crazy to me. They definitely got the right guy for the sponsored stream. Because I thought I knew Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but you know them like to an extent that I almost find troubling.
Oh, hang on a second. I'm doing the wrong thing here. I just got to turn this down slightly.
Nothing makes
Sorry
me feel
about this.
older than being on the Switch. So, like, I can relate to what you're doing here 100%. Like, you know how embarrassing it is when you pull the controllers out of the console and you're trying to figure out how to use the analog stick? You're like, you hit right, but then it goes down and you realize that you've got to rotate the controller like 90 degrees. And I'm like, I'm turning into my dad, man. This is so embarrassing.
Do you do that thing where you like you move your arms and hands and the controller when you're surprised by something?
Yeah, no, it's very embarrassing. Although I think I've been doing that since I was a child. So that's, I come by it honestly at the very least. I remember, I was telling my chat about this, but when I got a Nintendo 64, my dad and my grandpa took like an hour to install it. And as a kid, I was like, that makes sense, it's like installing a piece 64? Of furniture. But as an adult, I'm like, it's the red, white, and yellow plugs that just go into the red, white, and yellow holes. Like, what were they doing, man?
Did the 64 have the those plugs? It didn't have like the box coaxial thing that like the old ones had?
It might have been both. It was in like that transition phase, I think.
Yeah. You want to boost your special damage for the last sorry, this lasts for 4 rooms.
I'm taking the dragon coin. I mean, you are dealing with a roguelike expert here. I may not know how the console works, but I know how to scale in games like this. I think I gotta see what these turtle powers are all about.
I'm gonna do the same. These are all water, which don't go with my flame abilities, but we could make it work probably, right?
I think I'm going lightning stacking. Eventually, again, I'm sure you've played some roguelikes in your day. Usually, I define my run by whatever the first item I happen to pick up is, whether it's good or bad, and then just mindlessly choose everything that has the same keywords for the rest of the time. So, and then I go like, it's synergy. I got 10 different things that say lightning.
Whoa! Watch out!
Oh, you don't have to worry about me. That's true. Anytime you see this bubble around me, look at this. Well, never mind.
I saw it briefly.
Anytime you see that bubble around, you know you're safe.
Ooh.
And this is no
Oh,
sweat.
it heats up, eh?
There's a lot of enemies for sure. Do you not have an ability that completely negates all damage while also doing damage to everybody around you? Because it seems like really powerful.
I think one of my abilities must do that. It's probably the one that I pressed before and I didn't really know what it did.
Honestly, I kind of feel like I'm giving him the business. But sometimes I'm doing so well, and then I look at my HP and I'm like 90% dead. And then that's when you lock in. I mean, this happens a lot. You get sponsored to play a game. They're not used to insane professional gamers like us, and then we kind of make it look like a little trivial.
Whoa.
Once we get our families to help us with the setup process.
Like yeah, once we borrow our families, borrow my son's account and your wife's account. That's why they never let us on, because they... Whoops, I died. They're worried that we're going to get all the achievements without them.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Dad,
I'm just going to take this guy out.
Stop mastering my games.
Dad, stop. I still have 2 Goat Sim achievements to get. So I don't know how long a run is, but we're about to find out, because I don't see any world where we don't go the distance.
Well, yeah, I mean, naturally. I feel like getting past the first boss on your first try is pretty good.
I will say, as someone with some experience in the genre, something I find a lot is your best run for a while is your first run. And then after you die on your first run, you're like, oh, I'll never die again now that I learned from my mistakes. And then you just like punt 7 or 8 runs in a row, thinking that you're better than you actually are. And then you can start mastering it.
These things are like Dimension X things, right? They come from, they're like Krang's stuff?
Yeah, from Krang's robotic technology wing.
Sure.
Oh, they're developed by Baxter Stockman, Big Apple, 3 a.m., the fly guy.
I remember Baxter Stockman, yeah. God, that's a name I haven't heard for quite some time, Baxter Stockman.
And now I have to say we've been outed as fraudulent because Baxter Stockman was actually the first boss of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time.
Turtles in Time. What was the sort of like side-scrolly beat 'em up games? I played a bunch of them on the NES. I remember spending. I died.
Okay, we're bad. Oh wait, or are we? Yeah, we're bad.
There was Turtles. I remember playing Turtles in Time, but there was a couple before that as well that I played a lot of, but I can't remember the names of them. Yeah, it was like The Simpsons had a game like that too, right? Like this, and there was a bunch of Capcom games like that too.
Let me just check my stats real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna just check mine too. Run started too.
Oh, lifetime scrap discovered 420. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. How many enemies have you defeated in total?
I have defeated an amount of enemies that is known as 132.
Right, I got 156.
Well, you're waxing me.
Yeah.
First it was the dragon coin.
Very strong shoulders. Yeah. 210 dragon coins.
How does he do
I've
it?
smashed 119 crates. How many Leatherhead victories? 1.
Yep. Yeah, I think we're tied on that one.
That's really good. That is good.
Because I'll
Okay,
be
where's
honest,
this
when we were
artifact
playing
station?
this, and this happens a lot, I was like, man, I'm really carrying Sips. Like, if it wasn't for me, he'd be in a lot of trouble right now. But
You know what? I think a lot of people feel like that, and then they look at the stats and they realize, hang on a second.
yeah,
They have
balls don't
they
lie.
have a usual suspects Keyser Söze moment where they drop their mug and it smashes everywhere. And they're like,
And they're like, I'm
gosh,
getting
he was
beat
carrying
by
me
Sips
actually.
Jr.
Are you using like the the detachable things on like one of the?
I am. I'm going Joy-Con mode. as they
Joy-Con,
call
yeah.
it.
That's what they call it. Yeah, that is what they call it. I got the same. We have some separate controllers, but my daughter has a like a it's like a Switch. It's like a mini Switch.
Yeah, like a Switch
You know,
Lite
like
or
it's a
something.
plasticky one. Yeah, Switch Lite, and she plays Disney's Dream Valley on it. But I still don't want to steal the controllers from her, just in case she goes on to the big one, you know?
Could cause a real problem.
She could get mad, yeah.
Yeah. I understand. Like I whenever I boot up my Switch, it shows me like all the screenshots my daughter took when I give it to her. 'Cause all she does, she like picks it up and then just mashes the screenshot
Pictures of the
button.
garbage
Yeah.
in the floor.
There's like 100
man.
pictures of the eShop taken within like 30 seconds of one another.
The volume feels like it hasn't changed since you changed it the first time. It's too loud. Oh, still. Thank you. I don't know where it's coming out of. Is it here? How about this? Is this better?
You don't need to take it out on me.
Is that more quiet?
Are you using an Elgato Game Capture HD?
Seems yes, I am.
I know that.
It does have a little. Slider thing for it.
What's your radial dial at for volume?
My radial dial is 30.
Oh, I'm on 34, so we must be right in there.
Yeah.
You got me
It's
laughing. Like our car is in the shop right now, so we have a rental car, and I turned on the radio, and I was like, oh, it's too quiet. And I looked at the volume; it was 2. I turned it up to 11, and it blew out my eardrums. Like I couldn't hear anything for like 10 seconds, and then the bar was like literally a ninth of the way to full. Like it goes to 100. I was like, 11 was actually like breaking my eardrum. I'm like, what's going on with this thing, man?
I have an issue with my car currently where the it's got like one of those it's got one of those keys where it's like there's not like a key, like you press a button on it.
Yeah,
and then on the handles of the doors there's a little button that you can, as long as you've got the key on you, you can unlock them, right? But the driver's side door fails to unlock, so I have to climb through the whole car. It's so annoying. And
That's
I'm not
so
in like good
embarrassing.
shape at all. Like it actually hurts to crawl over the seats and stuff. It's pretty bad.
That is really funny, though.
Yeah. But most of the time I got my kids with me in the car, so I just get them to do it. Like, oh, unlock the door for me, please.
Oh, I thought you meant like to drive instead of you.
No. It's like the driver's side door. You have to open it. You have to get in the passenger side, climb over, and then open it. But still can't do it. Well, too lazy to do it. It's not that I can't do it. I can do it. I can do all sorts of stuff. Okay, let me try to turn it down in the game chat.
No sweat,
Sorry.
no sweat.
Apparently, it's so loud that nobody can even hear me talking. Right? That's how loud it is. Is this volume now okay, chat? Could you let me know? Can you hear? If I do my big move, which is on cooldown, I can't do it. You cannot hear it. You like it better the old way? It's so hard to get it exactly perfect for every single one of you.
Everybody's
trying,
a critic, and they'll never adjust their own volume knobs. It's you got to make it perfect for everybody. I'm not going to repeat the word
unlock them
because of the fact that we're in a sponsored stream right now, but I do believe seeing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was the first time I ever heard a curse word.
Do you know the very first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was amazing? I remember being so excited to see it, and then going to see it and being so excited to have seen it, and we were running around doing ninja moves and everything. It was insane. It was so much fun.
So
I
many
loved it.
iconic lines. You got to know what a crumpet is to know what cricket is.
I don't remember that iconic line.
It's one of the more iconic lines in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie.
I remember the. Do you remember the bit where Raphael loses his size?
Yes.
And he says he's saying to Splinter, and Splinter keeps saying, "Raphael, let it go." But I can get it back. But I can get it back. Raphael, let it go. That for me is the iconic quote of the movie. Sorry, maybe it's not as good as the cricket one, but.
Well, I think about that
when
I drop a piece of food on the ground.
Well, there's just a 5-second rule though. You can get in there real quick, you know.
Not if it falls like pepperoni side down.
No, yeah, that's true. You'll get some nasty extras on there.
No, guys, my wife is not playing and I'm commentating. Okay, I know you would think that because the gameplay is like so good. I'm simply using her Nintendo Switch.
Also, my 12-year-old son is not playing this right now instead of me. He's too busy grinding the Fortnite battle pass right now. Hey, 25 Dreamer coins.
Oh, I didn't even know you could get that. Do you know what's level 100 on the battle pass this season? Has he been talking about it?
I think it's this season. The one that he's playing right now is the Fallout crossover one, but they've just a mini thing just came out where it's Pirates of the Caribbean. So today it was all day. I can't wait to get Davy Jones unlocked.
That's sweet though.
It's sweet, yeah, it is sweet. He's got. You should see his account is insane. I thought mine was good with the Wu-Tang stuff, but he's got lots of stuff now. I mean, he played through the Mythical Gods season, and it's crazy. Final Strike caused an explosion, dealing 20 flame damage to nearby enemies. Has your daughter started school yet?
She starts in September, actually.
Oh, nice.
Which she's very excited for, but she doesn't fully understand the concept.
No.
So, like, some days she's like, I'm never going to school, and some days she's like, I'm going straight to college. And I'm like, you know, I've stopped trying to, like, argue it with her. I'm just like, yeah, you'll start college in September. It's also great because I feel like, so our daycare took, like, a month-long vacation in the spring.
Right.
Just, not, you know, within her right to do, which is what you have to say, even though you're, like, madder than anybody's ever been in history. And then, like, right after her vacation, we went on vacation for 2 weeks. And that was, like, a month ago. And then daycare was closed on Monday because she, like, broke her ankle. And I feel like a bad person, but I was, like, mad that she broke her ankle. Because I was like, you can't be out there doing, like, you know, intensive sports on the weekend. Like, people rely on you to be open.
What's she doing? Like bungee or something?
I don't know, man.
You're breaking your ankle on the weekend. I've never broken my ankle on the weekend before.
That's the thing. She was like, it's the second time it's happened, so the doctors were worried that the injury was going to be worse. And I was like, what's she doing? Like, I mean, I guess like you hit a certain age, like your bones just sort of start doing that. But
you got brittle bones. Yeah, it's true. I mean, your bones do go brittle. How old is this nursery person?
She's probably
95?
in her early 60s, if I had to guess.
Okay. Yeah, she's older than I thought. It's like usually when somebody goes out and breaks their ankle on the weekend, you think, oh, they're like 25 or something.
Yeah, it's like she's in Muay Thai or something. Anyway, the thing is, like, when she broke her ankle, she was, like, not concerned about, like, what we would have thought of that. She was just like, I want to go out and break my ankle. She didn't think about, like, the negative impact that it could have on the 6 families involved in the daycare. Just sort of disappointing when people show their true colors like that.
Yeah. So it just shows, like, how they think of nobody but themselves.
It's just selfish, like...
Very selfish.
Hopefully she never hears this. But anyway, she's going to...
She's watching right now. I love Ninja Turtles. And I heard everything you said.
She was going to the Twitch homepage and sorting the directory by, like, most viewers. And then... No! Oh, man.
She's crying at home.
She should know I'm joking.
She'll understand. She better understand.
Oh, dude. But I'm excited to put her in, like, an organization where, like, you know, I feel like in 10 years there might be like one day where they're like, hey, the school's on fire, but like every other time it's not like if one person gets sick the whole thing falls apart.
No, yeah, they got backups and stuff.
Yeah, more than one.
Okay, here, you
staff
take
member.
this thing, because if you didn't get it last time... Oh,
so we both get it. Okay.
oh yeah, okay. Oh, look, there's a secret down here. Oh my gosh. Booyah, look at all these crates. Booyah. 44-year-old man just said booyah.
I think that's the demographic of people saying booyah.
What's that?
Oh man, that's good. You ever find yourself picking up perhaps younger parlance from your viewers and then bringing it into your real life, where I'm sure you interact with people your own age and they look at you like you have a mental illness?
No, I interact only with my kids, really. It's very rare that I interact with people my own age.
Really?
Yeah. I go out of my way not to interact with them, to be honest. I'm like, well, you'll see when your daughter starts school, and maybe to some degree at her daycare, but there's parent types.
Yeah, okay.
And we're very much, you'll encounter them, but we're very much the parents that you'll never get to know as a parent yourself. Like we're aloof.
You're there for the pickup, and like,
we show up for the pickup and we don't say a word to anyone.
Are you there? Oh, like you wait in your car till the kids get walked out hand in hand?
Oh yeah.
Oh really? Yeah. I wait at the door and I try to make some conversation.
Oh, I do not. I used to. For my son when he first started school, I did, but now that we've got like a million other kids,
I guess,
no way.
Yeah,
no
that's
time.
A good point. We're in a one child situation, so
Yeah.
On the third one, I'm sure you're like, you know, act like you've been there before.
There was a guy, a kid in my son's nursery, and his dad, every time we went anywhere and he was there, he always had headphones in. And I was like, man, this guy's crazy. He's got his headphones in all the time. Why?
Yeah.
And then I had my second kid and I realized why he always had his headphones in, and now I am headphone dad.
Because I've been making fun of the headphone dads a little bit. I've been like, imagine being out with your family, but like you're listening to a baseball game or something like that. But I guess I never put myself in the mindset of like, this is their 8th year and 4th time doing this cycle, so they're just like over it.
No, yeah, I'm just I'm there. I have become. I fully understand why he is the way he is, and again, like the Keyser Söze moment when the mug drops. I had that about headphone dad. I realized one day that it's the only way.
Well, you do kind of have to like pair your leisure time with productivity. Like people are always, sometimes they'll come into my chat and be like, what's your advice? Like we're having our first kid. And I'm usually like, you'll figure it out. But in my head, I'm like, get ready for your leisure time to be like doing the dishes.
yeah. Your life is never gonna. Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's my night off. I'm not doing like bedtime for our toddler tonight. And then it's like, all right, time to do the dishes. Time to, you know, pick up all this Lego that's been spilled all over the floor.
Yeah, I maintain that the biggest change is like micro jobs, right? Like when you don't have kids, you don't have to do like a million little chores. Like you can procrastinate on lots of stuff, or if you're that way inclined, most stuff is already just clean and organized anyway.
True, yeah.
But since having kids, like all my time is spent basically doing like little tiny jobs, you know, like little routine jobs that I never had before, but also spending a lot of time cleaning stuff and organizing stuff because it's a mess all the time.
And you're always like, oh, it's preventable. You're like, why'd you spill the Lego all over the floor? And then she's just like, I wanted to.
Yeah. And then you say, oh, can you clean that up? And then they just say no.
I know, and there's nothing you can do these days.
There's no playbook for you to deal with that. Like, you know, when I was a kid, if I said no, I was in big trouble. But like, my kids say no, and I was just like, well, there's not much I can do about that, unfortunately. I guess I'm cleaning it up. Yeah. I died, by the way. I'm so sorry.
Dude, no sweat. Look at this.
I'll buy another Splinter res. It looks like I'm gonna need it.
Like this is not my first rodeo here. This is.
I think you've got it. I don't want to say too soon because she did just do a lot of damage to you, but. Oh my god, I think we might actually get some shoulder pads.
So
Oh, don't stand in that though.
I got out of the zone for a second.
Oh yeah, I saw. Oh, the double dash out. That
Yeah!
I hope she doesn't fall into the sea. We won't get the shoulder pads.
No! You know what I was thinking though? I was like, occasionally I make fun of all generations. I'm not afraid, even though comedy's illegal. I think I admire Gen X because I feel like it's the last generation that was like named after like a culture or an attitude instead of just when they were born. Because I'm a millennial, it's just because like I happen to be like becoming an adult right around the year 2000. Gen X was like counterculture, you know, Pearl Jam, Nirvana.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we had all that. Like as we were becoming teenagers, all that stuff was becoming big, which was exciting. I mean, it was a good time to be a teenager. Not only that, early hip hop was popping off too, which was insane at the time. I was raised by a Gen X and I married a Gen X. Really?
Is that okay?
Oh, somebody in the chat just said that. Raised by a Gen X. Jeez.
I don't even want to mention this, but I'm pretty sure my parents are technically Gen X.
Yeah, because it goes back into the 70s, right? The,
Gen X. I think they're born in like 19... Maybe they're not, because they're born in like 1964.
Okay.
So maybe they might not be...
yeah.
But they were like, I don't know. So
you could have had teenage parents, though.
I didn't, but I mean, they were young. I feel like they were younger back then.
My parents were pretty young. My parents were like 25 when they had me.
Yeah, I think my parents were like 23.
It's like fairly young.
Right in there.
I mean, a lot of people wait longer to have kids now.
Yeah, I don't know if you see this, but like when I meet the parents that come to my kids' daycare, I'm like, man, you are old. And so are we, but I'm like, man, I thought we were old, and you're like even older.
I still think everybody is older than me. Like if I see somebody like on the news, you know, wearing a suit or whatever, and they are clearly younger than me, I still think they're older.
Yeah, even if they're like 27, you're like, this guy's got his life together.
Absolutely.
Like if we were in like a boat that was like capsizing, I would look at the guy 15 years younger than me in a suit and be like, what are we doing here?
I don't trust you.
No, I would be like, this guy's gonna organize he's gonna organize the rescue.
If I could survive just on pizza, I would happily.
I think
pizza
you could
and
survive
chips.
in like a literal sense.
I watched a show once where a guy hated all food except for cheddar cheese and cheese and onion flavored potato chips.
So it was probably about like how he was killing it, right? Like
for his dinner, he would have, I'm not even joking, like just a big dinner plate with a mountain of shredded cheddar cheese. And then he would have just a couple of potato chips on the side.
Well,
that's all he ate. It's all he ate.
Did he use like a fork or like or just his hands?
I think he used a fork, but I guess you could just use your hands.
Man, that's wild to me. Because, like, I don't know. I hate whenever you talk about eating anything on the internet. It's like, oh, your stomach must be messed up. But a diet consisting of like 100% shredded cheddar cheese and potato chips must be like...
I just think that your trips to the bathroom would be so nasty.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think that anybody's GI tract was like born expecting to deal with that kind of throughput.
No. I don't think it can. Yeah, I agree. I feel like I'm not adventurous when it comes to food, but I do like a bit of variety, you know? Like, I think if I just ate a big pile of cheddar cheese every day.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
Not only the physical health, but my mental health I would really worry about too.
Yeah, because you can't always get cheddar cheese in like every situation. So you'd always be like, you'd have to carry some with you for sure.
Yeah, you'd have to with a dietary requirement like that, you're basically spending a lot of time at home, right? Like you couldn't
in the
really
bathroom,
function.
Yeah.
In the bathroom too, yeah. Yeah, that is true, yeah. Oh my gosh. That was close.
Nah, don't even worry about it.
I had to really think quick there.
I think we finished this. We got the shop. You buy some pizza, you know.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom, exactly. Well, you don't hear people saying that too much anymore. Bada bing, bada boom.
I used to hear it a lot, especially in Ontario with Eastside
Mario's, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. It is Eastside Mario's.
Mario's.
I
would say Mario's, but I mean, it's just,
people keep telling me I have a false memory of Eastside Mario's, which is not how it's pronounced. I can't un-Americanize myself now.
No, in the commercials, it definitely was Eastside Mario's.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
But
Eastside Mario's, hey, bada boom, bada bing.
The one we used to go to in my hometown, you would, when you're waiting for a table, you would eat peanuts in the shell, and they would tell you to just throw the shells on the ground. And then when you paid for your meal, you spun a wheel. And sometimes the wheel was like, you know, free dessert next time or something like that. But sometimes the wheel was like, you got to sweep up all the peanut shells. I never spun it, but...
I never spun it either. I do remember early on when I was of legal drinking age, we went to Eastside Mario's one time. And I ate a lot of peanuts because I was hungry.
Right,
and also drank quite a bit. And when I was sick later that night, it was pretty nasty. Nastier than usual because of all the peanuts.
Yes, yeah.
It was pretty bad.
And I don't know what kind of, you know, cocktails they got at Eastside Mario's.
Oh no! I popped my shredder thing. Did not mean to. I'm so sorry.
By the way, we didn't mention it for a little bit. Exclamation point. Splintered Fate. This is TMNT's Splintered Fate. Came out today exclusively on the Nintendo Switch.
You can play couch co-op, or you can play online co-op with up to 4 people, just like we're playing right now. And you can choose your favorite turtle and upgrade him as you go and do runs. And it is really fun, actually. It's great.
I do want to say, yeah, you can pick your favorite turtle. There is an asterisk, unless one of your friends also has the same favorite turtle. In which case, you're going to have to...
You can't double up. Yeah. You need to have a backup favorite turtle. I feel like all the turtles are pretty likable, though, so, you know.
I agree, but I don't think it's a 25, 25, 25, 25 split. I personally feel like you never hear too many people that are like, oh, Leonardo's my guy.
No, it's true. You're right, actually. You don't really hear people like Leonardo.
I think he's like a reliable backup. It's like if I can't get Donatello, sure, you know, like Leonardo's got a long weapon too.
I feel like I liked him better when I was a kid because he was the leader.
Yeah.
And that is important when you're a kid. You like the leader, but as you get older and maybe as a teenager angstier, you might appreciate like Raphael or Donatello more. And then when you become an old dad, it's definitely Donatello.
One thing's for sure, when I'm at Eastside Mario's, I'm a Michelangelo guy, for sure.
Yeah, me too. God, yeah. I'm like cowabunga. Give me some more pizza.
I'm going nunchuck mode on those peanuts if they still have them, which I don't think they do. But
and the cocktails as well.
I have definitely never had an alcoholic drink at Eastside Mario's. I think the last time I went there, I was like 14, though, so...
I went when I was 19, and I got drunk there as well. It's unbelievable.
There's something really funny about getting deliberately drunk at like the chain restaurant of a publicly traded like company that's on
right
the stock
next to it.
market.
Was like next to a Cineplex Odeon.
Yeah, and, like a Home Sense and Pier 1 Imports and stuff.
First cuts, barbers. Oh my god. Well, my son and I'm sure your wife are going to appreciate all the progress that we've made on this game.
My wife's going to be kind of cheesed off. She's going to be like, what? I've already got all these permanent unlocks unlocked. And I got to be like, sorry, that you married a professional gamer. That's the price you pay. I think you knew that when you married me, that like I might beat games for you.
So occasionally. Oh. I feel like there's a lot you can do with like the builds and stuff, you know. I think you could get some kind of crazy runs probably the further you get into the game.
I feel like I don't know if you're in the same boat. whether due to like lifestyle choices or just old age, I can only remember the last upgrade that I picked up.
Yes.
Which sometimes, like my chat is like they're doing their homework, watching on like the second monitor, listening to music and listening to a podcast on 2x, and they're like, you should take this because it synergizes with this thing from 10 minutes ago. And I'm like, I didn't even remember that. How did you remember that?
And when you don't take it, you get the name of the ability with like 10 question marks.
I know, yeah. And you're like, I don't know what the heck like hardened strike is. And they're like, it's the thing you've been talking about the whole run. Oh, that is definitely true.
To the chairman's house we go.
That's a shop.
That is.
Come one, come all. Where is this place exactly?
See you later.
Dude, you're
40%
so
extra
fast.
speed.
Look at this. It's since you're gonna buy all the good stuff before I get there.
I bought a pizza slice straight away.
If pizza's a guilty pleasure, then lock me away.
So true, man. If pizza's a guilty pleasure, lock me away.
Lock me away with all the pizza as well. Lock me away with a mountain of grated cheddar cheese.
I've seen the one. I actually think that the woman in question in the show is like obsessed with the Ninja Turtles, and all she eats is pepperoni pizza, but then she puts like mayonnaise on top of it.
No way.
I think that was on like My Strange Addiction or something like that. So, something exploitative I probably should not have been watching, but...
This next story takes us to Ferndale, Michigan, the Jell-O salad capital of the Midwest. 26-year-old Michelle Ivy is convinced she's a Ninja Turtle.
She grew out of the Care Bears. She grew out of My Pretty Pony.
She has become a Ninja Turtle, pretty much. She's crossed over the line and has adapted a whole new personality.
These here are my heads. Yes, this is not my head. These are my heads. This right here is my new pride and joy, Michelangelo from Turtles 3. So any scene where you see Michelangelo, like when he goes, wait, really, I'm just a beautiful princess in disguise. Sword. Break the spell. Give me a kiss. Then it's actually this head saying it. I have been downright told by several people, just drop the turtles and get a real life. Yet, I have a life. One bacon pizza. Yes, that's bacon.
Why am I a little bit afraid?
Michelle lives on a strict Ninja Turtle diet. That means pizza every day, covered with bizarre toppings.
I call you, dude. One pepperoni with pickles.
Okay, I am making us a BLT pizza.
When Michelle orders a pizza, get a slice quick because it's going to be pizza goulash.
Well, dude, these are some moves that my master Splinter has taught me to protect myself from people like him.
Some people keep pets. I have a little sister.
Did I ever tell you about the man with the 95-pound testicle?
I don't know if now's the time.
I watched a documentary about this guy who had... It just started off as like a little growth on his balls, and but then got kind of out of control. He never went to really get it like looked at or checked, and
well, people are busy.
In the end, it was huge. Yeah, I'll tell you more about it another time. I just realized that maybe it's not the best combo piece.
I mean,
it was
95
nuts,
pounds though. That's...
It was huge. It was really big. Yeah. It was as big as you'd imagine 95 pounds to be.
That's like how much I weighed in like the 5th grade, I think. So like, I mean, I was a person.
Yeah. Well, he was dragging this thing around with him. It was really big. Oh.
I got a lot of questions.
It's too many. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, no, it was wild. I believe in you, and also I'm watching in amazement. I can tell that you've played a lot of TMNT games in the past.
I'm something of an expert, I would say. Yeah.
It's like riding a bike. You never really forget, you know.
It's funny that people say that though, because like I've been riding my my indoor bike for a long time. We fished out our real bicycles, and I took it on a trip like in the alley, and I fell off almost immediately. I think I'm not used to steering, and also like I'm not used to my legs having like that kind of power. Like I'm used to normie legs. It's like putting yourself behind the wheel of like a Lamborghini or something like that.
Even better.
Another parlay with the chairman.
Oh.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
My multicolored friends, welcome. Interesting decor.
To see the third boss, I don't
would
compare
just be-
myself to other like streamers and other gamers because I think that's like a foolish endeavor. You know, comparison is like the theft of joy. But when there's like a sponsored activation, I do ask my chat to spy on all the other people doing it and tell me if we were the best.
Yeah. And normally the answer is yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's never not
Or it's a
happened
ban.
before.
Yeah. It's Bebop and Rocksteady.
No way.
It is. In the flesh.
We made it.
We got to see them. He's booty busting.
He's shooting a lot of projectiles.
I'm doing as much damage as I can to Rocksteady.
Which one's Rocksteady?
It's not going... He's the Rhino.
You sure Rocksteady's the right? He is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You're doing
he
like
is.
way more damage than me, man. Because I thought I was messing up Bebop's life. Oh!
I know you used to know it. Let's make like a leaf, Bob.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, Rocksteady's the Rhino, right? I'm pretty sure it
The
is.
zoo is on the loose.
I could be wrong, though.
You got so much HP, man.
I think these are the barrier guys.
See, I feel like my survivability is pretty good, but when I was seeing the damage you were doing to the rhinoceros, I'm like, I'm a little jealous.
Well, you know. I just died. So.
That's my bad. I shouldn't have said anything. I'm bringing you back.
goodness.
Don't even worry about it. Just gonna take a minute.
Cornering Bebop and Rock.
Oh, here
I'm
we
not
go.
back.
Oh!
We should just let them fight themselves.
I'm a little bit pessimistic, I think, about my chances here, but I'm gonna do what I can.
Man, it was really good to see Bebop and Rocksteady, though. Normally you see them very early on in a Turtle game.
Definitely true.
And this is the boss of Chapter 3. I mean, that's pretty good.
Unless there's like 20 chapters. And this
There's
is
got to
early.
be. You still got Krang, the Technodrome,
The
Shredder,
robot that Krang pilots.
the Neutrinos. Yeah, the big Tyrannosaurus one. Baxter Stockman. Casey Jones will be in there somewhere probably.
I can't even get a hit in, man. Yeah, come over here.
There's a lot happening.
I'm in trouble.
I think you ideally want to get them down to like equal health in phase 1, right? So that when you get to phase 2, it's less of a burn.
You can also get, it looks like you can get Rocksteady to shoot Bebop.
Oh, that's pretty good. Bebop has a chainsaw.
He does have a chainsaw.
But yeah, you know, you can get Rocksteady to shoot him. That's cool.
Just bit
I
by
can't believe
bit.
I can't believe you're still alive. I love this crate play.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
What other characters do they have in Turtles that I'm forgetting? What was the big green frog with the Hawaiian shirt?
You see, now
he
you're
was
getting
French.
That sounds like some 1980s stuff. I'm not sure that
That's
was
not
around for that.
Slash. No, the big green frog with the Hawaiian shirt is John. Yeah, no, it's
John Frog.
Brian.
Yeah.
Brian.
Well, I think
Napoleon
that takes us to
Bonaparte.
the end here of exclamation point Splintered Fate. Sips, I had a great time.
Me too. I enjoyed that so much. This was TMNT Splintered Fate #ad. Really fun. It's really fun. Couch co-op, this would be great, and online, it's great too. It seems like you could play it a lot too, and do all sorts of like cool builds and stuff. It is a neat one. It's on Switch, Nintendo Switch, right?
It is on Nintendo Switch, exclamation point Splintered Fate. You can also scan this QR code to get more information about the game. I'm not sure if you were in for the QR code conversation earlier, or if I'm springing this on you.
You know, I forgot to put my QR code on. I'll put it on. I'll put it on my Twitch page instead. I forgot to have it on the thing.
There's so many varieties of ways you can access this information. Use your phone to scan the QR code as if it's a menu in a restaurant. Click the link that shows up in chat when you type exclamation point Splintered Fate. Watch on YouTube. Click the link in the video description. Or, of course, you can just go to the Nintendo Switch eShop and you can find TMNT Splintered Fate for yourself.
Yes.
Sips, I had a fantastic time.
Yeah, me too. It's been a while, but it was good to do something. We should endeavor to do some more.
I couldn't agree more.
It's just time zones.
It's
man.
just it's like a. So what time is it
so
for you
hard.
right now?
It's 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can feel the rage coming from my house.
I know, right, dude. I was thinking about that when Dan did like a 14-hour stream when NCAA football came out. I'm like, how do you get 14 hours of time to do a stream with like 3+ kids? Like I don't want to know what he had to do in the back rooms to get that kind of time.
Every time I look at my house, it's like Twin Peaks, you know, like the audio goes crazy and I can hear screaming and stuff, you know.
Yeah,
it's just,
I know.
Bedtime, but with a lot of kids.
Oh, and the look that you get when you come up, then you're like, I just finished work, but like, yeah,
yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
I'm familiar.
Oh well, have a good rest of your day streaming and stuff, and well, I'm sure we'll sort something out, eh?
All right, later, brother.
All right, peace. Bye. See you later.
Y'all, we got to play Slay the Spire. We got that Slay the Spire run from yesterday we got to finish. Because I can't record any more Slay the Spire until I finish that Slay the Spire run that we left off in media res yesterday. 4 minutes. Time for a quick Fishdle. Yeah, but if I Alt-Tab, then it'll take longer for the screen region to hit. Otherwise, I would go Fishdle for sure. I love Fishdle, man. You know what? While we're here, I could be persuaded to play Fishdle. I love that every other dull is like dullname.app, and Fishdle is tacklevillage.com/Fishdle-game. Okay, this is it's a bass of some sort. This is a striped bass. Oh, this is a smallmouth. Maybe it's not a bass. Maybe it's a Arctic char. Let me get some hints on this. Ooh, a tang? Some sort of tang? I did go to the aquarium this weekend, so I should be like uniquely equipped. Arctic tang. This is a really tough. Atlantic tuna! Atlantic tuna. Pacific tuna? Albacore tuna? Hit me. Red fin tuna? Yellowfin tuna! Yellowfin tuna. I'd like to solve the puzzle, Pat. Yellowfin tuna! Yes! Yes! Dude, I got what do you mean better luck next time? I've got a 3 streak in Fishdle, man. Come on. Slay the Spire. Like, honestly, grow up and get captured by the game, okay? What do you mean? Well, I'm just like, you know, you can't see anything, but I can see it. Now I gotta go like settings and then game set. Maybe it's because it's in borderless full screen instead of full screen. Maybe I could change the settings and see how that looks. You could use window capture instead. What the heck is window capture? Okay, maybe we can use window capture. If you think this is bad, by the way, I mean, me trying to get my Nintendo Switch set up, I can now tell you the truth, okay? My Nintendo Switch was not charged since I got back from Korea and Japan. So that already, it was on like 0 life when I turned it on, and I was like, oh God, this is a disaster. So then I got my wife's Switch, and I tried to sign in as myself, but it was like, you need your Nintendo account password. And then I was like, reset password, and it sent it to an email that I haven't had access to since I graduated from university. And I was like, oh God. And then Kate has another Switch, so I got that one and just chose to stay on her account instead of going to my own. And then I plugged the Elgato into the Switch and into the PS5, so I was streaming my Switch into my PS5 instead of my computer. And then the computer was like, we don't get the signal. And I was like, oh, what's wrong with you? The signal's right there, man. And window capture, slay the Spire. What's your problem, man? Maybe I should be using bit Windows 10 and up? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. The game capture does not appear to be working today. I recorded like 2,000 episodes of this, so like obviously it does work. Is this why Apollo roasts your OBS setup? Well, I mean, there's a little bit of hypocrisy there when you consider the fact that like 90% of his uptime is literally him on his overlay while like a meteor flies in the background and a dog looks through a telescope. And people are like, what's for lunch today? So listen, I'm just saying, he will not divide us, but act like you've been there before, okay? Is this what it's like for people who don't understand Balatro? I mean, literally, here's the thing. When you come to my stream, maybe you came here as a result of Balatro or Hitman or like, you know, Super Auto Pets or something like that. You're basically, without you realizing it, you're showing up to like a 500 level university course in your second year. And then they start talking about like, hey, you know, in Mathematica, when you do this, and you know what a triple integral is, and how to do like matrix multiplication, and you're like, I only know how to do derivatives, brother. Why'd you take the class? You didn't read the syllabus or the required courses like before we got started? Come on, man. Like this is foundational NL knowledge. Listen, buddy, I'm here for daycare anecdotes. I don't have that many dad anecdotes from the past couple of weeks. I will say, so I mentioned this to Sips, our car's in the shop. I've been driving a Toyota Corolla. First time I got into it, I was like, nothing wrong with this. Nice, reliable automobile, okay? I'm happy because Kate told me a story about how when her mom's car was in the shop, she got a PT Cruiser. And I was like, I don't want that to happen to me, okay? I don't want it to be a PT Cruiser. I don't see myself as a PT Cruiser sort of guy. And I was having a good time driving the Corolla at first. But I do... Anyone here drive a 2023 Toyota Corolla? Is the steering wheel like a toy? Is it just for show? I really feel like in most cars, if you turn the wheel 90 degrees to the left, your car makes a smooth left turn. Driving the Toyota Corolla, I feel like, is using the Cruisin' USA arcade machine at an arcade that hasn't been updated since like 2002. I feel like I've got to turn the wheel like 540 degrees in order to... And there's no resistance to it whatsoever. It might as well just be like a frozen pizza cardboard circle attached to like a coat hanger or something. It's electric steering. It's electronic power steering. It's a little different than the Ford GT, let's put it that way. I don't have a Ford GT, that's Keemstar. How are the mirrors? They seem fine. I mean, the car seems fine. I got nothing against it. Except, like, it did a little bit feel like it was toy steering. But I'm over it now. Now that I know it's not just this car and apparently it's normal. You could have ended early if you played the Sunder first term. I can't. Okay, 1 second. Some people don't learn quickly. That's crazy. You see a lot of first-time chatters here. /user Crowley S. Let me see. 28 messages in chat following for 3 years. And they're all today. Oh my god, dude, that's crazy. Let me see. Huge. Claw, 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 claw. Wrong enemy. Wrong enemy. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Bad order but lived. I can't. You could have ended early if you played the Sunder first turn. I can't. That's got to be... I'm just going to say 600 on that one. I'm just going to say 600 on that one. Consider that a warning. Pellets is OP. You're going to laugh. It's another... I never take it, man. I never take it. What troll told him pellets is good? You know, librarian, you were like 11 years old when this game came out. You weren't there, okay? You weren't in the trenches like me. You know what this is? This is like In Good Company. Topher Grace, Dennis Quaid. I'm Dennis Quaid. I've been working at this company since it was founded. I know everything. I know the ins and outs of all the operations. And then Topher Grace, this young little punk, he's like 24 years old. He comes in and all of a sudden he's my boss. He thinks he knows more than me just because he got a 4-year degree in business from like a state-level school. I've been in the bowels of the industry since this motherfucker came out, man. I learned about this shit from Sleep Cycles, okay? Back up? Sorry. Anyway, I think at the end, like maybe the new boss starts dating his daughter or something. It gets very complicated. I haven't really seen it, I think, but... Like now I actually have to do math every single turn, which is a frightening thought. Good play, holy. I'm being sincere, okay? And you might think I'm saying this to be complimentary to myself. It's actually like kind of the opposite. I am actually, at 35, I am actually smarter than myself at 27 when I was playing Slay the Spire the first time. Now, the engine is worse. It's not getting any better. That's not how it works. But my ability as the driver of the vehicle to apply the power and the handling and the functions of the vehicle is way better. My ability to exercise a little bit of patience and a little bit of humbleness. I've gotten smarter. Not even wiser, smarter. Stupider in the sense that, like, if you need me to calculate, like, two-digit numbers multiplied together, it's going to take me like 20% longer. But smart enough to go, I'm not going to do that unless you pay me. That's the difference. It's the difference between torque and steering, okay? I always look at it like when I was, the one day I worked as a mover, I had like 30 pounds and minus 20 years on one of the guys that I was working with. So I would heave like all my muscle into trying to lift something up, but I would just approach it from like the wrong angle with the wrong kinematics and it would be like a nightmare. But then the old wiry dude who smoked like 100 cigarettes in the 12 hours we worked together, he would just like walk up and he knew how to apply his weight and his power in the right way to make it work for him. Anyway, what was I talking about? Hello, Mirror Bear. Hello. Hello, Newman. Name that show. For $1 million, name that show. Dude, we need a game show like that. Like what, you ask? Like, who wants to be a millionaire, but like insanely easy just to make the audience feel like they're super smart? They're like, you know, I got Final Jeopardy last night. Oh, really? What was the Final Jeopardy question? Oh, plants make this. And that's the horrible clue now that I think about it, because there's like 20 different possible correct answers, but Actually, there might be an infinite amount, or close to it, but... It's called Jeopardy? Shut up, Ken Jennings. Jeopardy occasionally gets hard. Jeopardy is a lot like the Daily Dozen. Like, whenever there's a question about Dutch royalty, you've got to know everything about the history of medieval Europe. Whenever there's a question about baseball, it's like, this is the name of the round spheroid used in the game of baseball. And then they're all like not guessing. And you're like, it's baseball! Brother, it's a baseball! And then Ken is like, oh, that's baseball. I feel like Reboot is like hard to go wrong. Did you see that comment that said, hey, NL, just wanted to say in the midst of all the negativity, I'm enjoying the stream so far? What are you talking about? It's just, we've been having a great time. See, I think the problem for you guys is that you're all on streamer logic, you know? You're watching streamers play modded A20. You don't realize, it's actually, once you've played enough A20, oh, this was not a smart play. You know what? I don't take damage. It's one of the things you need to know about me. Once you've beaten A20 so much, it's actually harder to beat Ascension 3. That's cope? You think it's cope to say that easy mode is harder than hard mode? I don't think so. I think you just saw the results on display, okay? I built a run that I wouldn't be caught dead building in my downtime. Oh, that's the best card in the game. And it lost easily on Ascension 3. You wouldn't catch me doing that with in a normal situation. Let me just put it as frankly as I can. Thank you. Someone said if you put yourself up against Djokovic in tennis, you would probably win a couple of points just because he's not used to playing people at my level. That's basically what I'm trying to say. What about you versus Jokic on the inside post? He probably clears me, but that's mostly just physiology, because I think he's like 7 feet tall, and I'm only 6'8", so he wins that any day. They ever thought about making like a basketball that isn't so unfair for tall people? Like, what about like equitable basketball, where the size of the how would they do it? I think that, okay, you submit your starting lineup and you determine who is the tallest player, and everybody else gets to wear stilts that are the delta between their height and the tallest player. So everybody gets to be the same height. That's even better for the tall person. Oh, man. Are you the Rick friend? The Rick friend. What does that mean, Rick friend? Did you guys see that presentation from CES? I'm stealing from Behind the Bastards for this one. Where the CEO of the company that makes the AI rabbit rickrolled himself on stage on purpose.
R1 has an eye, an onboard camera designed for advanced computer vision. It can analyze surroundings and take actions in real time. To activate the eye, just double tap the button. Oh, funny seeing you here, Rick. What? Am I getting rickrolled in my own keynote? Let's move on to the next one.
And then was like, did I just rickroll myself? Well, anyway, moving on. It's like, it's so good when he points the camera at a picture of Rick Astley and presses the button, and then it's like, analyzing photo. Playing YouTube video. Rick Astley, never gonna give you up. That's not what I want my context-driven AI partner to do, man. I want you to tell me what year he was born, is he still alive, is he British, how many times has he been divorced? If I ever click the little rabbit button on a picture of a celebrity, those are the only 4 pieces of information I want. Never open YouTube. Are you crazy? Does he have a controversy section? You split at 25. I'll take you to 26. Don't get hit. Oh, you motherfucker, dude. All right, this is insanely not good. We're dead. Yeah, we're officially dead. No explosion potion coming to save us. Yeah, that might be like the worst death of all time, I think. That was pretty bad. Slash marker. Slay the Spire. All right. That was a fun little mini arc while it lasted. You didn't make me mad. I'm just saying, like, when we won Slay the Spire, I was like, that was a lot of fun. And then we lost 2 runs in a row, and I was like, nah, it kind of sucks ass. I'll just play it on YouTube. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Chad didn't do anything. You said it was our fault nonstop. Wikipedia.org/ That's not how that works. 1 second. I'm searching for what a joke is on Wikipedia. A joke is a display of humor in which words are used within a specific and well-defined narrative structure to make people laugh and is usually not meant to be interpreted literally. It usually takes the form of a story, often with dialogue, and ends in a punchline, whereby the humorous element of the story is revealed. This can be done using a pun, well, or other type of wordplay, irony or sarcasm. Logical incompatibility, that's a big one. Hyperbole, we use that now and then, or other means. A joke is a short, humorous piece of oral literature in which the funniness culminates in the final sentence, called the punchline. In fact, the main condition is the tension should reach its highest level at the very end. No continuation relieving the tension should ever be added. As for it being oral, it is true that jokes may appear printed, but when further transferred, there's no obligation to reproduce the text verbatim. Robert, or Edron, that's not funny at all, dude. He is a Hungarian-born linguist known for his work on the comparative study of Afro-Asiatic languages, as well as his study of Cushitic and Ethiopian Semitic languages. Brother, you gotta get like a George Carlin quote on the start of Wikipedia for jokes. You can't just have Robert Hertzron or something. I'm looking. Post office, bank, school, laundromat, supermarket, curb. Check, curb, hamper, inhibit. To slow something down. To hinder. Bank, laundromat, supermarket, post office. Places you run on your errands. Buildings around town. Pride comes before the fall. School comes in the fall. Nix is like to kibosh something. Cart. Cartridge. Bide in. Carton. Shopping. School supplies. Shopping cart. Cart comes before the horse. Things that come before something else. Pride comes before the fall. You put the cart before the horse. Bide your time. Swarm of bees. Pride of lions. Pack of lions. And a school of fish. Animal group names. Washing, nix, cart, bide. Oh! It's U.S. presidents, but they cut like the last syllable off. Starts of U.S. presidents. That's messed up, man. There's no consistency in that one. It really was a Biden joke. Dude, I don't even want to talk about it, but like, hopefully in 50 years, we'll look back and the clip of Joe Biden at the press conference where he talks about his foreign policy record.
I'm going to go to South Korea. We're going to get the chip. What are you doing? I'm going to get Japan and Korea back together again after essentially having hostilities toward one another since the end of World War II.
And he trails off a little bit and then stares at nothing and says, wait, what are you doing? Like he gets a little scared. And then like a second later, he says, we're going to unite Japan and Korea again. In 50 years, that'll be so funny. Right now, it's not funny for a variety of reasons, but in 50 years, it's going to hopefully be funny. But when he says, it looks so much like he sees a ghost and says, what are you doing? Like he saw a spirit. I know that's not what happened because I don't believe in ghosts, but anyway. Ghost of washing nicks. Oh, at the end, then he says we have to. I'm the guy who got Korea and Japan back together, and you're like, what is going on, man? All right, play with. Sorry, I had one more laugh in there. Okay. I have no idea, man. I have absolutely no idea how much this much sugar would cost at Costco. 50 pounds? $16.99? I mean, somebody, okay, it's more expensive than that. $21.99? Sure. $23.49? All right. $24.99? $26.49? $27.99? Yeah! Yes! I needed that like a mechanic needs a wife and family to come home to after a day of getting his hands covered in grease. I hear you. Kate, was everything okay today? I have to tell you, I got a message at like 11 that I only saw when I went to the bathroom. Our car is ready to be picked up. So after I pick up our daughter, I'll pick it up. But I'm like, that was not in the shop long enough for them to fix everything that was fucked up about it. Like I'm sure I'm gonna pick it up and it's only gonna have like one thing fixed, and I'm gonna be like, what about all this stuff? And they're gonna be like, oh well, we only did like the one thing. I'm gonna be, oh fuck. Also, I'm pissed off because I put $50 worth of gas in that motherfucker, thinking we were gonna drive it around for a couple weeks. And now I still got like 90% of the gas tank left. When they gave me the car, it had 1/8 of a tank, man. Yeah, it hasn't even gotten to F yet. I filled it up. It goes past F. It hasn't even decroded to F yet. Why'd you fill it up all the way? Because I didn't want my wife to have to fill it up. I thought I was being a good guy. You're right, I got to siphon my damn gas out or something like that. For the most part, I like to handle things that my wife would prefer for me to handle instead of her. Like yesterday when those dudes were working on our front step, she was like, can you go talk to him? I was like, yeah. Because the same thing happens inverted. Sometimes I'll be like putting the dishes away and I'll see like a dish I've never seen before and like I don't know where it goes. I just leave it. I'll put everything else away and then I'll let her put that away because I don't necessarily know where like the Sumiko Gurashi curry dishes go. They might be in like behind something in like a special shelf. I don't want to talk about the front step. We'll give it a couple days for the front step situation to resolve. Let me just hit you with the cliff notes, okay, as if you care. It's possible that, so there's a crack in the cement on our front step. We didn't really notice it or ask anybody to deal with it. Yesterday, I had a Joe Biden moment where I went, what was that? And you could hear like a sound like, zzz. So Kate tells me to open up the door. I open up the door. There's like a work crew. And I'm like, what are you guys doing here? And then the guy was like, oh, like we're fixing the crack in the concrete. And I was like, well, did the builders tell you to come? And he was like, yeah, the builders told me to come. And I was like, okay, I guess that's fine then. Maybe they're just fixing the crack for free or whatever. And then like they were there for like 8 hours, right? And they fixed 80% of the crack. They like drilled out concrete, filled like 80% of the crack, and then just went home at like 6 p.m. And I was like, excuse me, Tomo, you got your head wrapped around the headphone cord. I was like, I guess they're coming back tomorrow. Like maybe it's after their workday's over. They just have to go home so they're not paid too much OT or something. And they left like a Walmart bag and like a bunch of used like tubes of liquid concrete and shit like that just in our yard. And they did not come back today. And it's all fucked up. So I'm thinking like maybe they actually got the address wrong. And then like 80% of the way through doing the work, they were like, oh, holy fuck, boys, we got the address wrong. Like, let's get out of here. So now I gotta like, if it, depending on how many days it goes on, I'm like, I might have to fucking call up the builder and be like, hey, did you hire these guys to fill somebody's, like, I don't even know how to reverse engineer who the fuck was doing the work. And then I gotta, like, be like, come fix it or we're gonna fucking sue you, because, like, that's what suing is built for. I messaged the builder, no response. Well, nobody wants to work these days. It is true. Why leave your shit if the address is wrong? Well, they left, like, it's just garbage, basically. They even left, like, our water hose on, so it was, like, leaking water all over the steps and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, you guys are fucking ass at this. No disrespect. Like, it's just disrespectful. You basically, our front step was fine. You came and fucked it up, didn't make it better, and then left, like, a mess and a leaky faucet. And I'm like, what they say fuck us for? We didn't do anything. We didn't even ask for it, man. Just came to our house, fucked up our concrete step, 50% filled it back in and left trash in our yard. Like, it's crazy. You take pictures? I don't need to take pictures. It's still fucked. I didn't clean it because I was like, they'll probably come tomorrow and clean it up. Okay, Paramount Pictures, week 2, 51 million. John Travolta, 1997. Listen, it could be Face Off. Let's give it a second here. Action, crime, science fiction, but pre-Battlefield Earth. It's Face Off. Face Off is science fiction. It's crazy how I typo all the time, but I hit that slash in Face Off without even thinking about it. Says a lot about my priorities. Bug, Heron, 6, Tane and Zane, 50 Shades of Gay. Yeah, we've all been there before. Action, science fiction. Oh, it's Batman and Robin. Wow, under 100 million for that after 3 weeks is pretty devastating. I know it's ass, don't get me wrong, but what a week, man. Yeah. 3 science fiction movies in the top 5? They could never. Freeze. You know what killed it? The older you get, when I was like 10 years old and I saw this, I was like, I don't see why everyone hates this movie so much. The older I get, I'm like, those lines really were pretty bad. You know what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. That's not fucking true, man. I'm not trying to be CinemaSins, but that's just like obviously false. Like, it doesn't even make sense. They got killed by like a meteor the size of Texas that struck the earth. Easy mode. Is easy. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone to challengers. It's simple. Here's what I'm thinking. Alan Rickman to, give me a second here. I can do this. I can't articulate it though. It's Alan Rickman to Die Hard to Death Becomes Her. I can do, no, wait, what becomes, to Bruce Willis, to Death Becomes Her. This is a crazy line. To Meryl Streep, to Adaptation, to Chris Cooper, to American Beauty, to Kevin Spacey, to Baby Driver, Vavit, to Baby Driver, to Ansel Elgort, to West Side Story, to Mike Faced, to Challengers. Ooh, to keep those 7 data points in my head. Most problematic arc of all time. I did go through at least 2 canceled actors. You don't know this shit. Don't get me started on this shit, man. Number of limbs Squidward has. Number of children Queen Elizabeth II had. The second, sorry. Number of movies that have won all... This is fucked up, man. Okay, number of presidents who have served more than 2 terms in office. That's not that hard. That's like FDR. Time zones across Russia. I'm going to say that that's 10. Number of children Queen Elizabeth had. Less than 10, more than 1. Number of limbs Squidward has. Well, he's a squid, so I'm going to assume less than 10, more than children. Number of James Bond movies starring Daniel Craig. Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, No Time to Die, Spectre. 5 movies. I'm going to say Queen Elizabeth has Charles, Andrew, and then like some others, but I think she might have less than James Bond movies. And number of movies that have won all big 5 Academy Awards, I'm going to take that down to more than 5, less than 8. Okay. This is the only way to reconfigure this that makes sense to me. We got there. We got there. 11 time zones, 6 limbs, 5 movies, 4 kids, 3 big movies, one president. That's considering the amount of general knowledge you had to have in order to even come up with the scaffolding to solve this. I'm proud of myself. Even if it did take us 5 guesses or something. This is Matt Damon. And a female, that's Charlize Theron. Oh! Yes, dude. We're kind of owning today. Okay, pick 5 is a nightmare though. 5 countries that export the most milk. So I got to be thinking the United States of America. I got to think China on that one. Got to think Russia. I got to say Canada. And probably India. Okay, not my best performance. I do not know milk, man. I honestly, with God as my witness, I thought that basically, maybe this is like North American bias. I thought that all milk that you consume has to be grown like in the country that you milk the cow in. Because otherwise, like how are you gonna get it to the place that you're selling it before it spoils? That's why Europe is OP for exports. You know what? I'll have to think about that. I'll have to think that might be a little piece of tech to use in OEC. Okay. It's 2 p.m. I gotta go. Kate, are you ready to go live? I don't even know. Like I have a meeting at 2:30. It's 2, and I think that the drive is like 38 minutes. So I actually think like I'm already, as of right now, I'm already late. Bandles quick. You don't understand what I just said. You are a late person. The light of heaven shall never fall upon you. I will be back tomorrow at the normal time. I shouldn't be late tomorrow because I don't think I'll be playing a Nintendo Switch game. And we'll probably like the best game ever made will have come out by then, and I'll see you then. It's that simple. Maybe I'll be playing NCAA football 25. Later.
You know, today, when I was driving my daughter to daycare, a car stopped in the middle of the road, a single lane traffic, right? So if the car in front of you stops, there's no way to go past. There's no way to go in front of that car. And so this car stopped, opens the trunk, gets the stuff out, and then is like delivering stuff to this house. And I was like, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me, right? I mean, there are cars right behind me waiting. We don't know when the guy's gonna come back. They could have parked the car on the side street. I don't know why they would actually stop the car in the middle of the single lane road that blocks the whole car. I'm not a honker, so I did not honk. Car behind me honked, and then the guy like ran out and moved the car or whatever. And I said, wow, that's crazy. That guy should not stop the car in the middle of the road. And then my daughter in the back, she said, yeah, go back to the driving school, bro. And I laughed the whole way. Like the whole time I was just laughing. And then do you know what she said right after? She said, I think I sound like a boy, and I don't like that. And I said, you don't sound like a boy. And I'm wondering it's because she's saying, you know, bro. Maybe that's why it's like sound like a boy. I don't know. I'm not sure. I say you don't sound like a boy. You don't have to worry about it. But it was so funny. I said they should have stopped the car in the middle of the road. And she said, yeah, go back to the driving school, bro. It was, oh, you know, honestly, I don't know. I was crying a little bit. I was so proud. I was so proud of her. I think, you know, she really captures what I was going through. And she said it out loud in the most cutest way possible. Where did she even pick up bro from? Are you kidding me? Me and Ryan, we're guilty. Caught. Her parents, bro. Was it bro or bra? No, it was bro. I think in this household, we support that. I mean, how could you not? It's not like a swear word. It's not a bad thing. You can say bro. I'm not some, you know, intense mother who does not feed sugar to their child until they turn 18. Did I ever tell you the story where my math tutor, she had 3 kids, and she was one of those crazy moms, and she believed that Pokemon was the most violent children's TV show that was ever aired, and like she thought Pokemon was like animal abuse, just like it should be illegal, it should be banned, you know. It's like, I cannot believe any parents will let their kid watch this devil show. And then, I mean, she's a nice lady. Then she also believed that her kids should not eat sugar. But I guess, what would you call it? Like refined sugar, I guess. I'm not a sugar expert, so I don't know what the difference between refined sugar and non-refined sugar, and I don't know. I thought sugar was sugar, you know? I thought there was a sugar and then it's just sugar. I don't know. I'm not a sugar expert, but she believed that her children should not consume processed sugar, you know, like any like cookies or candies or gummies or anything like that from the factory. So if the kids wanted to eat something sweet, then they had to wait until her mom bakes the cookie for them. So it's like, mommy, I want to eat, you know, something. I want to eat cookie. Then she'd be like, okay, I will bake a cookie for you. And then they had to like wait for that. Okay, then what does she put in the cookies for sweetness? I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a sugar expert. She must have put better sugar. I think any sugar, when it comes to body digestion consumption, doesn't it process it as the same sugar? Like, doesn't it just break down as the same sugar? There is no like high class sugar. There is no like low type sugar. I don't know, man. I was like, even when I was in middle school, even then I thought it was kind of crazy. Complex sugar, brown sugar, palm sugar just takes longer to digest. Yeah, but it's just the same thing, isn't it? There is different sugars, fructose, glucose. Oh my gosh, I don't know, man. I don't know. When I see something yummy and it's edible, I eat. All right, I don't go like, oh, does this have this? And bro, F that.
Heart and soul. It's got a lot of heart and soul. I don't know the rest of the words, but it's got a pretty good bass line, heart and soul. My wife is streaming Mahjong Mondays, Pog. I'll send you right over to her stream. Hope you have a great rest of your Monday night. I'll see you tomorrow for Dome Keeper. Burr, burr, burr. A scrammy, dirt, 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 dirt.